This is the tune Everyone Says I Love You. It's from the Marx Brothers movie Horse Feathers. I believe this started off as a stage play. The original music by the great Harry Ruby and lyrics by Burt Kalmar. In the movie version, it's performed by all four Marx Brothers at separate times in the movie. Each gets to perform it to the beautiful Miss Thelma Todd, who plays the role of the college widow. I'm going to perform two choruses. The first is the one that Zeppo sings near the beginning of the movie, and then I'm going to also sing the Groucho chorus, which he performed on archtop guitar while Thelma Todd was paddling them around the lake in a canoe. There's a version by Harpo performed on the harp that I'm leaving out, and there's also a chorus sung by Chico, acting as Thelma Todd's voice teacher, sung in a vaudevillian fake Italian accent. I'll mercifully leave that version out of this performance. There's also a little snippet that Harpo whistles to his horse, and I'm going to use that as a transition between the two choruses that I'm going to do. I'm going to include the introductory verse that is not heard, I don't believe, anyways, in the movie version, but I always like to include those. So here's Everyone Says I Love You. Can't we get together like others do? Why don't I ever hear you say I love you? You never do things to show it, so how am I to know? You can't expect me to know it unless you tell me so. Everyone says I love you. The cop on the corner and the burglar too. The preacher in the pulpit and the man in the pew says I love you. Everyone, no matter who. The folks over 80 and the kid of 2. The captain and the sailor and the rest of the crew says I love you. There are only 8 little letters in the phrase you'll find, but they mean a lot more than all the other words combined. Everywhere, the whole world through, the king in the palace and the peasant too, the tiger in the jungle and the monk in the zoo says I love you. Everyone says I love you, but just what they say it for, you know I never knew. It's just inviting trouble for the poor sucker who says I love you. You can take a pair of rabbits who get stuck on each other and begin to woo. Pretty soon you find a million rabbits who say I love you. When the lion gets to feeling frisky and begins to roar, there's another lion who knows what he's roaring for. Everything that ever grew, the goose and the gander and the gosling too, the duck upon the water when he feels that way too says I love you. The duck upon the water when he feels that way too says